Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a garden tour, and then I'm taking you guys inside to my computer to show you my plan for planting for this year. This is my second video in the series about my 2022 planting plan, so if you missed the other one, check it out over here, I think. So I'll give you guys an idea of where I'm planning on planting this year. My husband and I bought this house in July, and this will be my first year planting food at all. I've never grown a vegetable garden before, so this is going to be a new experience for me. This is our first bed. You can see I've got cardboard. It's kind of gotten eaten up because we had a big windstorm the other day, and so some of it's blown off. But I'm going to deal with that later. This is our first small bed. My long-term plan is to have this be all perennials, but for now, this is just the smaller of the two, and it's got this kind of like stone median down through the middle, which you could sort of see over there. So this is the first of our two beds that we're going to be planting this year. There's actually another bed up over there. You can't really see it behind all the weeds, but that bed is completely overgrown. It's crazy. The fence is falling down, and I am not going to be planting in that this year. My plan is for next winter. I'm going to pull all the weeds out and convert it the same way that I'm doing with this bed over here. So I'll show you walking up the hill. This is our second bed. You can see it's really big. I think it's like 32 feet by 20 feet. It's really large. There's a large, like a 2.5 foot walkway in the middle. And if you missed my other garden video, I have a video up on putting down all this cardboard and this weed fabric. So before, in the spring, this was completely covered in weeds. They were very tall, very thick, and I spent a lot of time and effort kind of mowing it all down and preparing it to put down cardboard. So I put down cardboard, and then on top of that, this coming year, I'm going to be putting bagged soil. So I'm going to be doing a complete bag garden and kind of a container garden style. That is my plan for 2022, mostly because underneath the cardboard is just very hardy weeds that have been there for years. And I don't know of a way to kind of get rid of those and replant over other than tilling, and I just don't have the time or interest in doing that. And so this is what we're going to try and do, and hopefully it works out. So I have basically this large bed here, and then there's a raised bed garden right here that the previous owner put in, and it is, I assume, raised. The actual soil level is not much higher than the soil level outside of the bed, but this is kind of a raised garden over here. And you can see there's a 1 foot, a little bit more than a 1 foot border in between the fence and the raised bed. So on the other side, this was actually an area I had not planned on converting over, but I got some extra cardboard, and I figured, why not? I'll just put it down and we'll see what happens. And while I was cleaning out this whole bed, which I did about a month ago, I found that there are a whole bunch of blackberry bushes back here. There's probably 5 or 6 blackberry bushes. There's one here. There's one here. I had no idea these were here. There's another one here. And so I'm excited to have these. And the only reason I was able to figure it out is because the previous owner had left, or sorry, they're blueberry bushes, had left these tags on them. So hopefully we'll have some blueberries this year. I've heard that they're really hard to keep away from the birds, and we definitely have a lot of birds here. So we'll see if we actually get any blueberries, but I didn't cover this back area in hopes that we'll have some blueberries growing. I unearthed these 2 containers, one of which I put a blueberry bush that I'm not sure will survive transplant, and this other one, which I think I'm going to plant carrots in most likely. And so I covered this area, and then over here is actually, it's pretty hard to see, but there are 2 mounded beds over here, and I guess the previous owner must have grown potatoes or something. I'm not 100% sure, but you can kind of see how thick it is with weeds. I actually couldn't even tell that the soil was like mounded up here until the winter, and this all died back. So it's very, very full of weeds, and will definitely need to be covered for several years before I can actually plant in ground. But my plan for this back section here, maybe, I haven't figured out if I actually am able to do it, but is to put asparagus down over here. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. I'm not sure I can make that work, but that's the attempt. So this is the area we're going to be planting in this year. As I said, I didn't put any of this together. This is just what was here when I bought the house, and so we're going to try and work with what we got and try and get rid of the weeds and hopefully grow some food. So I'm going to go inside and show you on my computer my kind of plan for where I'm going to plant everything and how that's going to work. So I'll see you when we're inside.
Okay, welcome back everybody. This is my model that I made of my garden beds in Excel. I'm an engineer, so I use Excel for absolutely everything. And I just figured this would be an easier way to kind of keep track of everything, and so that I could save it and hopefully share with you. So the first thing I want to show you is here's kind of a mock-up of my large beds. I've got 10, each bed is 10 feet. And then by the first section, 16 feet, and the next section is about 12 feet. So this is the large bed at the top of my hill. And then my smaller herb bed is here. Each side is 3 feet. There's a kind of long row of pavers in the middle, and it's about 20 feet long. And I've mocked this up kind of in scale. So one square is 1 square foot. So I have my list of what I want to plant, and I'm just going to go through it. This top section here, as you may have seen when I was showing you, this is kind of blueberries. So I'm going to mark this as blueberries, and I'm not planning on planting anything up here. We're just going to leave that all a blueberry bed. As I said, over here, I'm going to attempt to grow asparagus. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work or not. The rest of this bed, I'm going to split into 2 sections. This top section, I'm going to do tomatoes on this side, and then probably green beans over here. And then here, I'm going to do carrots, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to grow carrots in my actual little bed or in bags, because they're very long. And so I'm not sure that carrots will be able to grow in this section of garden, but we're gonna see. I haven't fully figured that out yet. And then this side, I'm gonna do tomatillos. So, and then the grayed out sections, this is the walkway in the middle, and then this is the area that I don't think I'm going to be able to plant on this year. I haven't figured out how I'm going to convert that over, but I'm probably going to have to kind of level it, or I'll use it for potatoes next year, maybe. Haven't really figured that out. So on this section, I'm going to cut this up into 3s as well. So this is the section, and then here. So there's kind of 3 sections in this bed. This is the raised bed, and you can see here, this is the border around. I don't know if I'm going to plant in here because the bags won't really fit in here, I don't think. Maybe in future years, I'll try and plant here, because I could plant along the fence that's already there, and that would be an easy trellis. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that this year. So on this side over here, I'm going to do kale, and then over here, probably mustard greens. This whole middle section is going to be peppers. So I'm going to do hot and sweet peppers, this whole middle section. I've got 3 different types of peppers I'm going to be growing, so I'm going to put them this whole section. If I have a little extra room, I may kind of interplant some herbs, but we'll see. In this corner, I'm going to be putting my baby bear pumpkins. I'm probably only going to grow 2 plants of those. And then here is going to be my broccoli space in this corner. Broccoli apparently does do well interplanted with other things. So I might be putting some things in between the broccoli, but we'll figure that out later. In this section, again, I'm going to break it up into 3s slightly differently than the other side. So in this top bit, I'm going to be putting more tomatoes here. And I'm going to interplant them with basil. So you can see I have tomatoes over here and I also have tomatoes here. And there's 2 reasons I'm doing that. One is that I have a lot of tomatoes I want to plant. And those are, the most important thing for me to plant, in my opinion. And then the other reason is I'm not sure if what kind of like sun I'm going to be getting or how they'll grow. And so I wanted to have like 2 separate areas where I'm growing tomatoes. Over here, I'm going to be planting spinach. And then on this side, I'm going to be doing green onions. And then the bottom section here, this is all going to be green beans. So again, another section of green beans is because we love green beans. We eat a lot of them. And so I wanted to have plenty to grow. As I mentioned in my last video, our biggest thing that we eat is broccoli, but I don't know for sure if it's going to grow very well. I've heard it's difficult to grow. So I'm being conservative with putting broccoli here and not taking up too much space. And then this last bed is smaller, and I'm going to try and do more perennials. So here are going to be my artichokes, and I'm going to put artichokes on both sides because the plants are quite large. And so to get a good artichoke harvest, I want to put plenty of that there. In the middle, I'm going to do parsley and maybe another herb. I haven't decided. And then I'm going to have chives over here. And then in this section, I'm going to possibly do carrots. So I'm thinking about, it's possible that I may be able to convert this section and grow in ground rather than growing in bags. I think that I may have enough. I weeded this bed out last year, so I may have enough area to actually grow carrots in ground. So hopefully I'll be able to grow some carrots over here. We'll see. So this is my garden plan, and you'll see I'm not growing a huge number of things, but trying to make the most of my space. And another reason why I'm doing a lot of repeats over here is because I actually had not planned on planting this bed out at all until about a week ago. So it's just more area to grow more of the things that I had planned. So thank you all very much for watching my video, and I hope that my garden plan has given you some ideas for this coming season. I appreciate every one of you who watches my videos. It really means the world to me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.